How you guys doing today? My name is MTG Atlas, and in today's video I'll be doing a deck tech for you guys. It is my standard Naya deck. The personal name for it is Naya Beats deck, because it revolves around just big creatures getting dropped early game because of mana rampers. So what it actually is, it's a tempo mid range. And for those of you that don't know what tempo means, what it is, it's any kind of like advantage over your opponent, whether it's mana acceleration, card advantage, stuff like that. So I'm going to show you guys the deck. I got the sideboard in here. I'll go over that too. So let's go over the land base first. So for our lands, now mind you guys, this is what I have access to. So anything you see, I probably need a playset of, but obviously, like I said, this is all I have access to. So, alright. So we're using 3 Stomping Grounds. We're also using 3 Sacred Foundries. 1 Temple Garden. And 2 Sunpetal Groves. Let's move this down real quick. There we go. We're also using 2 Kessig Wolf runs. 5 forests. 2 plains. And 2 mountains. Alright, so that's land base, guys. That's equivalent up to 20 lands. It's 20 lands because I'm using a lot of mana acceleration. Alright, so that's the land base. Now let's get into creatures. Alright guys, so creatures. We have 4 Arbor Elves. I'll put these off to the side here because there's a lot of creatures. We have 4 Avacyn's Pilgrim. I'm using 1 Voice of Resurgence. Double Flinthoof Boar. 3 Centaur Healers. A playset of Loxodon Smiters. Double Ghor-Clan Rampager just for the Blood Rush. I actually never cast this creature. And 3 Wolfir Silverhearts. We also have 2 Savageborn Hydras. Alright, so that's the creature base. Let's get into the other spells like enchantments, instances, sorceries, and etc. Alright, so for other spells, we have double Rancor, 4 Selesnya Charm, a playset of Avacyn the Wurm, 2 Clan Defiance, double Armed and Dangerous, and a Domri Rade. So that's the deck. Now let's get into the sideboard. Alright, so for the sideboard we have double Call the Conclave, 1 Ghost Quarter, double Gruul Charm, double Boros Charm, double Wolfir Avenger, double O-Ring, Trostani Selesnya's Voice, a Garruk Relentless, here he is, 1 Ruric Thar the Unbowed, and we have a Revenge of the Hunted. So, why this sideboard is basically because, if you don't get a quick start, for example, if you don't drop a mana elf turn 1, you can't go into a turn 2 Loxodon Smiter or a turn 2 Centaur Healer, which is, in a perfect situation, that's what you want to do. So for those really pesky red deck wins, or like red-green aggro or red-black aggro, double Call the Conclave is great because even if you don't have mana tappers in, you can at least throw down a green and a white mana source, you can play a 3/3 turn 2, which pretty much stops aggro pretty well for at least a turn or two, which you can, stall it out. Ghost Quarters is for decks that run Kessig Wolf Run or Vault of the Archangel, anything like that. You destroy it, you basically tap it, sack it, and then you can destroy any land on their field, and then they have to search their library for a basic land card, so they can't grab another Kessig Wolf Run or a land like that. Double Gruul Charm, because as you guys saw on the deck, there's no flyers. Gruul Charm blows out flyers completely. It deals, if you choose the last one, it deals 3 damage to each creature with flying, which is great. Which is why I run Clan Defiance in the main board, because Clan Defiance can get rid of 1 flying, 1 regular creature, and then deals damage to you, where if I see them using a lot of evasion, I'll side those out and slide in the double Gruul Charm. Boros Charm for nasty control situations. Supreme Verdict. You can give all permanents indestructible. I don't really use it for burn, really. The double strike is great, but I have armed and dangerous for that. So basically, these are only in here for board wipes and stuff like that, to survive board wipes. Revenge of the Hunted. It's great for when you want to just miracle it for 1, and it gives 6/6 and trample. Basically, this deck revolves around big creatures and giving creatures trample. I think there's about 8 or 10 sources of trample in the main board. Wolfir Avenger, again for aggro matchups. It's double green, 1 white, and you can flash it in, which is great, and then you can even regenerate it, so you can chump block, regenerate. So you'll always have a creature on the main board. Double O-Ring for things that you absolutely don't have an answer to. It gets rid of any permanent. Not any, but non-land permanent. So if just in case you're having a problem with the Planeswalker or stuff like that, it's great to get rid of if you can't just swing in for damage. Trostani Selesnya's Voice, burn for those burn matchups, or especially with red deck wins, and then the freaking Searing Spears come at you, and the Pearl of Flames, and all that nonsense. Ruric Thar, again for flyers, great, especially control matchups. He's great. So I only run 1 of him because the double Boros Charm usually helps with that, but for evasion and control, it's just you play him, they're kind of screwed. And then Garruk Relentless, of course, just for shenanigans, really. He transforms into Garruk the Veil Cursed. Actually, here, let me give you a situation of what happened. One time was, I had Garruk Relentless out. I had a Avacyn's Pilgrim and a Garruk Relentless, and I was down to 2/3 life, and my opponent was just digging deep in his deck for a Searing Spear, so just to burn me for damage. So what I did was I used his 0 ability. It dealt damage to him. It killed his creature. It flipped it. Next turn, I sacked my Avacyn's Pilgrim. And then I pulled out a Centaur Healer, played the Centaur Healer, gained 3 life, and then I won the match because I was at 6 life, and then I just kept beating him down with the Centaur, which was great. So that's the sideboard. Mainly how the deck really works is, like I said, you want to throw down early turn 3s. In a perfect situation, what you would do is you would go turn 1 Arbor Elf, turn 2 Centaur Healer or a Smiter. Turn 3, if you can pull it off, you can Advent of the Wurm on their end step to just put a 5/5 green worm with trample, and then like I said, we have double Rancor. It's great. It comes back to your hand even if your creature dies, so you can always cast it. 4 Selesnya Charm, trample, gets rid of anything with 5 or greater. It's an answer to Thrag Tusk. So that's wonderful. Like I said, Clan Defiance is for the flyers. Armed and Dangerous. Now, this card is pretty much the blowout. If I have this, I can either cast Dangerous, which is 3 colorless, 1 green, and all creatures able to block target creatures this turn do so, or I can give it Armed, and target creature gets +1/+1 and gains double strike, or if I have 4 mana on board and 2 mana tappers, I can just cast both of them at the same time. Pretty much how this card works is what you want to do is, let's say you have a Wurm out, and you have a let's say you have a Centaur Healer, and you cast both sides of Armed and Dangerous, what you'd want to do is you want to put the 1/1 counter on the Wurm, so now your Wurm is a 6/6 trample double striker, and then you want all creatures to block the healer, so you swing in with 2. All creatures are blocking this while you're coming in for 12 damage because of the double strike. So pretty much that's like a game ender right there. If they don't have anything to counter this and you cast this both, and they're at least under 5 life, they're pretty much screwed because you can pump up monsters with this deck so easily that once you cast this, that +1/+1 and double strike is usually the game ender. So yeah, guys, that's the deck. I hope you liked it. I really love this deck. I'm going to be sad when it rotates out of standard, but I will always try to keep this deck running because I love green-white, and just the green-white-red aspect of the deck is just great. I love big creatures. Alright, guys, so this is MTG Atlas. Catch you guys later. Have a good day.